Hello.
I wonder how Moses will react to all this.
Hello.
I wonder how Moses will react to all this.
Näetkö tää? Ai, että mulla on tapeli. Eilen oli kyllä ihan hirveä päivä. Siis kalpa voitti ja näin, mutta tulin takaisin. Pleikkari sanoi itsensä irti. Sitten tapeltiin vähän aikaa johtajan kanssa ja nyt näyttäisi sitä, että kaikki rulaa.
His students don't call him Space Daddy for nothing. No matter how often he tells them not to.
Space Daddy.
Is a jack-o'-lantern series too on the nose for a New England photographer? He's smiling, but you know he... I wonder how Moses will react to all this. I told Moses they should add a laser light show, but apparently that's not the point of planetariums.
Mut joo, ottakaa kanavaa haltuun.
Secrets, corruption, occultism, power. Welcome back to Abraxcast, Caledon's only podcast dedicated to uncovering the hidden underbelly of the Abraxas Society. I am your host, Loretta Rice. This is episode 4, The Hall of Secrets. It has long been known that Abraxas is no ordinary campus club. It seems to operate by its own rules and logic. Take their recent battle with the administration over housing. The Abraxas House is a Caledon-owned building at the periphery of Lakeport. After the storm, President Owen Teller declared the building uninhabitable and quickly advanced plans to have it condemned. Now, whatever one thinks about the administration's expansion plans, branded Caledon 2.0, university bylaws are very clear that Abraxas students must submit to relocation or risk disciplinary action. But this is not what happened. Instead, students have been returning to the building, squatting in their old rooms, and staging disruptive protests. The planned demolition has been set back indefinitely. Now, my role as a journalist is not to pick sides, but to uncover the truth. And I have come to believe that the reason for Abraxas's peculiar leverage may rest inside the very house they are illegitimately occupying. Sources tell me of a section in the Abraxas house known as the Hall of Secrets. What is contained within it? No one knows. But I'm told it has been passed down for decades and remains very well concealed from even the most senior Abraxas members. It stands to reason that these secrets hold the key to understanding not just Abraxas, but also its peculiar hold over Caledon University.
Kiinnostavaa.
I, your faithful reporter, will not rest until I have uncovered the Hall of Secrets myself and revealed what lies within.
Just täysin sanoa, että kuinka pitkä tää. Pleikkarilla tuo taas. Ei kestä kauan.
Moses should be in his office waiting for our hot chocolate date.
Hot chocolate date, semmoista date mä haluan syksyn kanssa. Se kun haluaa vielä mun dateille, niin kuuma kaakao deitit kuulostaa hyvältä.
Moses, I'm from the future. I bring dark tidings of...
I told Dr. Jordan he didn't need to convince me. My own conversations with you were sufficient, not to mention your student ratings. Your intro courses are 9s in a sea of 4s. For you to be so highly regarded, especially by non-majors, is... Well, very highly regarded, it seems.
Max? You okay?
Sorry. Long day. You were saying?
I was just telling Moses that he is officially invited to join the Caledon faculty once he becomes Dr. Murphy next year.
Right, the job offer. I remember. I mean... It was a foregone conclusion. Moses is the best. Congratulations.
Thanks. I'm still taking it in. But President Teller's plans for the physics department are very exciting.
This building is the one real investment that Caledon has made in the sciences. With 4 departments under one roof, we need to expand. And that's just the beginning. In a few years, the whole school will look like this, a cutting-edge research institution to rival MIT.
Sounds like you want to spend a lot of money while we're still trying to rebuild from the storm.
Well, we have to spend money. My predecessor's love of historic preservation has left us with beautiful buildings and cracked foundations. Dr. Fayyad was a great leader, and she had an eye for talent. Finding Moses was one of her many successes. But she had an idealistic streak, which reminds me, Max, do your students still have all A's?
Everyone who's still in the class has an A, but plenty of students dropped when they realized how tough it would be.
I noticed that too. Not the academic curve we strive for, but perhaps that wasn't covered in your orientation.
Max isn't a traditional academic, but she's amazing with her students. Like you said, Yasmin has an eye for talent. She was even talking about creating a photography major.
It's not that I doubt your talent, Max. You're just a beneficiary of her short-sightedness. I mean, a professor, an instructor with no teaching experience or terminal degree, living rent-free in the house that was once reserved for visiting luminaries? It's like, how was this allowed to happen?
Wow. I do not remember this conversation being such a disaster.
Well, duty calls. Moses, contact my office if you have any questions about the offer.
Man, that guy is just dying to fire me.
You already knew about my job offer. But you had to remember, so... You're not rewinding from later today, are you?
You're good. I'm back from Sunday.
Did you jump back into a photo? We agreed that that was too dangerous.
If you saw the alternative, I think you'd agree it was worth the risk.
What happened? Did something go wrong with the gallery show?
No, the show was great, incredible, but while I was gone, something at Caledon went very, very wrong. There was a protest about something. It turned into a riot. By the time I got back, the whole campus was on fire. Look.
That's definitely the campus on fire. Compositionally, it is a bit more abstract than usual.
I wasn't trying to take a photo. I dropped my camera when I saw you. Moses, I'm sorry. I saw you.
Oh. Wow. Where was I?
On the roof. I tried to help, but I couldn't get inside.
Working on a Sunday. I need more hobbies. Okay. Before you came back here through the photo, did you try to rewind in the fire?
Oh my God. I didn't even think to.
Hey, you were in shock. It's understandable.
I've never felt so powerless before. All that destruction, and there was nothing I could do.
That's not true. You bought us time. Time that we'll make the most of. So, where should we start? Fire department? They'll just laugh at us. We should act normal. Search for clues, talk to suspects without rousing suspicion. Which is exactly what your powers are perfect for. Did we do any rewind testing when you were here the first time?
No, we just talked about my trip over hot chocolate.
Then let's change that. We'll practice your skills, and if you run into any danger this weekend, you'll be ready.
Sori, mä otin jonkun verran. Kun niitä pastilleen, kun mä oon kurkku kipeä.
Let's get to work.
Joo. Ai niin. On varmaan pakko ottaa vielä vähän.
Moses is right. I need to be prepared for this weekend. We've covered a lot of ground these past... People started talking about Safi's death like it was a bad dream. Then they stopped talking about it at all.
Because it's not yours.
I know that too.
Yeah. About that whole avoid section, no crazy storms in the 9 months that we've been testing my powers. I'm a good guinea pig. For the most part. Moses has been tracking weather patterns along with our after everything. Mr. Calling as the host of a children's science show.
Siis
There's still
striimaa.
time.
Joo.
Let's begin. What was drawn on that card?
Ugh. Seriously?
I never joke about testing, Max.
And yet you're such a ham. One moment. Time to fire. Yoink.
Welcome back.
Who's this formidable fellow?
That is the evil sword master Frostbite from No True Samurai. Test number 1. Tell me who killed him.
I have no idea. Let me guess. I can find the answer somewhere in this very room.
Who cares? It's a one-strike question. Test failed.
You're the worst.
Joo.
A cutting from Maya's memorial tree. We're planning to give it to Sophie. Aw, May's at the vet. I was in the mood for another staring contest. Moses' secret contraband kettle out in the open? Moses had me rewind after the first scene of Brain Bucket 3 because he, quote, "Well, you're definitely no true samurai. But are you the killer?" Using a rewind test to get me into You really understand how I'm feeling right now. Turtle strapped to a rocket booster. Are you my mystery killer?
Joo.
Get us out of here!
Moses likes working on this when I'm around. I'm his Control Z. Yoink. How dare Moses be good at art and physics? Some of us can barely be good at one. Yoink.
Welcome back.
Who's this formidable fellow?
That is the evil sword master.
Are you my mystery killer?
Mä en ihan tajua tätä taas.
Moses likes working on this when I'm around. I'm his Control Z. Who was the murder victim? Frostbite? Maybe a fireflinger did the deed. Moses is so passionate about physics. But as far as I can tell, I doubt this little guy starred in No True Samurai. But anime can surprise me. Tony and Moses make it look easy. How do you keep somebody? How dare Moses be good at art and physics? Some of us can barely... You really understand how I'm feeling right now? Turtle strapped to a rocket booster? Well, you're definitely no true samurai. Moses had me rewind after the first scene of Brain Bucket 3 because he, quote, needed to unsee that. Yasmin has been through hell in the last year. Not that she didn't deserve some of it, but still. When I, split reality in two and then mashed it back together, it wasn't exactly seamless. I offered to help him finish it, but Moses likes the reminder that all those crazy memories really happened. Yoink!
Welcome back.
Who's this formidable fellow?
That is the evil Swordmaster Frostbite from No True Samurai. Test number 1. Tell me who killed him.
I have no idea. Let me guess. I can find the answer somewhere in this very room.
Who cares? It's a one-strike question. Test failed.
You're the worst. People started talking about Safi's death like Moses has been tracking weather patterns along with our... I'm a good guinea pig. For the most part. No crazy storms in the 9 months that we've been... Yeah... About... I'm 90% sure that Harold isn't real. Moses just made up a fake grad student to get an office all to him. Moses likes working on this when I'm around. I'm his Control Z. Moses' pride and joy. Though, he hasn't had as much time for the stars since he started studying my powers.
Oh.
A high school girl? The plot thickens. But what's her name? Here she is. But what's your name, young lady? Mina Hiramatsu. If I make it through this weekend, I promise to marathon your work with Moses. You really understand how I'm feeling right now? Turtle strapped to a rocket booster? Using a rewind test to get me into anime? Moses is abusing his powers. Sorry for doubting you, sir. For all I know, you only use your powers to toast marshmallows. You're not my mystery killer, but I'm sure you have plenty of crimes to your name. You probably are a true samurai, actually. Okay, ask me.
Who killed Swordmaster Frostbite in No True Samurai?
Mina Hiramatsu, the badass high schooler.
Correct! Are you ready for test number 2?
Yes.
Please hand me the object behind that locked door.
If you want me to do something other than break into this thing with a screwdriver, speak now.
I'm just observing my test subject.
Good to hear. No instructions, just a locked door. Haven't had to break into something for a while, but it's probably just like stealing a bike. You just love watching me break things for science.
I know I won't remember it, but I still love watching it.
Damn. It's never simple in the time dojo. Mina Hiramatsu. Okay, I'm probably not going to develop hand-eye coordination in the next few minutes. Need another plan.
Joo.
I was really worried when Moses said I should practice my powers. But he would... How dare Moses be good at art and physics? Some of us can barely be good at one thing. Is this a bonus rewind test? Did you want the mug to fall?
No. That's just a lucky break.
Yes. Mina.
Thanks. I'll put the kettle on. Meet me on the X when you're ready.
Thanks, Thomas. Nice. Hirveä. Teidän koti.
All right, I'm ready.
Okay. I want you to teleport to this side of the room in a particular moment. Specifically, the moment before this mug hits the ground.
Moses!
It does that sometimes. I'm gonna count to 3.
Moses!
Ah!
Moses! Unplug the kettle!
Oh, it just does that sometimes.
Guess I'll have to do this myself. Moses! Unplug the kettle!
Oh, it just does that sometimes.
Moses! Unplug the kettle!
Oh, it just does that sometimes. Max, why'd you leave the X? What happened?
Fire happened.
Whoa. And I was just gonna let it spark. Well, thank you, teleporting Max. What?
That didn't happen before. We had hot chocolate last time, but it didn't combust. I just got back and I'm already changing things.
That's fascinating. Probably best to skip on the hot chocolate today. Let's debrief when you're ready.
Please tell me you'll stop using that kettle. For all we know, it burns down the school in 2 days.
I know it's a dysfunctional relationship, but I can fix her. You're right, though. Consider this her official retirement party.
How are you feeling about the disaster I just dropped into your lap?
Still processing. But I'm glad we still have a chance to do something. How do you feel?
I know my powers are, well, powerful. But that doesn't mean they're dependable. This could end badly. What if it was a mistake to come back here? What if I just make everything worse?
I know there are risks. There's a reason we never tested your ability to jump into photos. But our testing has proved that some kinds of rewind are safe. If you unbreak a mug, the universe doesn't seem to care.
But this? Going back into a photo? Trying to stop a major catastrophe? This is where the bad shit starts happening.
We won't try to change everything. But if we figure out where and how the fire starts, we might be able to change the thing that matters. Let's take stock. What do we know for sure? What leads do we have?
So, who would have a motive to burn down Caledon? I saw signs of a protest, but I'm not sure what it was about.
We haven't heard from Safi since she left.
Moses. No way. I didn't see any sign of her.
Safi's a shapeshifter. She was furious with her mom and with Caledon. Could it be her?
I still don't think Safi would burn down the school. At least not on purpose.
At least not the Safi we thought we knew.
That being said, one thing we know about Safi is that she gets reckless when she's angry. The only thing we know for sure is that my powers are going to complicate. How do I know Lakeport won't be next? How are you so calm?
Because things are different. You're an adult with better control of your powers. And you have a brilliant physicist friend who wants to help.
That I do.
Hello.
Vin and Amanda could help us. Vin knows everything about Caledon, and Amanda knows everything about Lakeport. Too bad I can't tell them why I'm asking. They'd never believe me.
Because of the storm amnesia?
We need a better name. That sounds like a disease you get in a fantasy novel.
Well, you turned down cognitive dissonance triggered collective memory loss.
Sometimes, I wish everyone still remembered. The 2 timelines and everything with Safi and me having powers and...
You could remind them. You reminded me when I started forgetting.
I got up the nerve to confess my secret once. I thought it would let me be more normal and less alone. The universe had other plans.
It always does.
I can't do it again. It's easier if people don't know.
Even Amanda?
Especially Amanda. Dating a time traveler is not for everyone. Every conversation ended with, "Did you rewind that?" Every argument started with, "Don't rewind this."
I get where she's coming from. It's easy to imagine how someone with your powers could be manipulative.
I get it too. But it did hurt when she forgot about my powers and got so much happier. I couldn't remind her. I couldn't be the reason she got so anxious again. But then I really was lying to her, and I couldn't live with that either.
She still makes eyes at you and the turtle. Any regrets?
Amanda is amazing. If there was a way to be honest about my powers and make her happy, I'd love to find it. So, how do we stop a fire before it starts? Oh, right. My class starts in 15 minutes. I should cancel.
No. Don't make any changes you don't have to. If we mess with the timeline too much, we might introduce new variables.
You know, I saw something in class last time. Reggie took a call and walked away when I got near. I wonder if it was about Abraxas.
Secret society. Shady calls with the Abraxas president. It could be something. Text me if you learn anything. I'm gonna steal another whiteboard from engineering. And Max? Promise me you'll do whatever you can this weekend. To stop the fire. To save people if it breaks out. Anything. I know there are consequences to using your powers, but inaction has consequences too. Whatever happens, I need us to know that we did everything we could.
I think I need that too.
Good class.
No, food. How they go?
I'm sorry. So sorry. Crazy day. Crazy, crazy day.
Because of your Grand Gallery tour of New York this weekend? I'm amazed you didn't ditch us entirely.
Yeah, you must be freaking out. When do you leave?
Actually, there's been a change of plans. The trip has been postponed.
I'm sorry, Max. Professional setbacks are always tough. Give yourself time to grieve, okay?
Thanks, Loretta. Now, let's get to today's lesson. So, we've been focusing on composition, character of place, dynamic structure, light, balance, movement, contrast. If you've been paying attention so far, when you look out there, your eyes should find endless patterns of shapes and colors. But today, I want you to see something else entirely. I'll give you a hint. It's the most powerful element a photographer can pursue. Yet it's the one thing a photograph can never really have. Loretta, take a stab.
Perfection.
Speak for yourself.
That's a good guess. But I'm thinking of life. Human life, specifically. It's all around us. Sometimes it's overwhelming. I know it is for me. But when I turn my camera on one person and focus on trying to see them, really see them, I can feel a connection happen through the camera. So,
Ai
look
että.
out there again. Find someone you don't know, someone who grabs your attention, someone you want to connect with. Your assignment today? Go take their picture.
Oh, come on, don't make us do that.
Strangers, isn't that dangerous?
Be reasonable, Max.
Now I remember. I got the same reaction the last time I lived through this day, and the assignment was a total dud. Maybe a demonstration would help. All right, you artsy introverts. I, your fearless leader, shall go first. Observe. Hey, sorry to bother you. My name's Max. I'm a photographer.
I can see that, Max.
I'm actually teaching a class, and it would save me from looking super lame in front of my students if I could take your picture.
I don't normally let people take my picture, but I'd hate to be the cause of your public humiliation. Shoot. So, why was I selected for this demonstration?
You seemed lost in your book, as if the rest of the world wasn't here. I find that kind of focus exciting.
Exciting, am I? But there's a flaw in your plan. Now that we've started talking, whatever you were trying to capture before must surely be gone.
You're right. The camera changes things. That's why I tell my students, you're not capturing reality. You're composing it.
My nerdy physicist friend tells me that's called the observer effect. Particles jumping around just from being looked at.
I have one of those too. Something about her suddenly feels very familiar.
Well, did you capture my essence? Did my intrigue translate through the camera?
I think I captured what you were willing to show me. Sophie, is that you?
It was so nice to meet you, Max. I hope your students found this as enlightening as I did.
My students. I almost forgot about them.
Everything okay?
It was one of the most fascinating pictures I've ever taken. Now go. Spread out. Find your subject. I'll be around if you need me. Was that really Sophie? With a shapeshifter, you never know for sure. But if she's really back, hiding herself on campus days before a massive fire, that is alarming. Either way, she's gone now. I need to use this time to check in with my students and see if they know anything that could help me understand this fire. Reggie is the president of Abraxas, which is seemingly connected to the fire. And I know Loretta is somehow too. I need to talk to both of them.
Our telescope is a Meade 16-inch Schmidt case-grain model with an advanced coma-free optical system. In astronomy, we have a little joke that it's not the size of the telescope, but the parallax motion of the celestial ocean.
Wonderful.
Sorry, is that joke appropriate? You can cut it out, right?
Please, tell us more about the telescope.
Sure. Well, any Schmidt case-grain telescope is going to feature a moving mirror focuser. Now, there are two main issues with that system: image shift and mirror flop.
Fascinating.
Of course, a nebula filter is a must, even in Vermont. And for planetary imaging, I always have my bar low ready to swap in. As we like to joke in astronomy, bar low lenses set the bar high for planetary astrophotography.
Delightful. Thank you, Moses Murphy, for sharing your extensive knowledge of astronomy and, most importantly, your deep, slumberous voice.
Oh, well, you're welcome.
And that will conclude another episode of ASMR PhD. I hope that all of you are fast asleep, dreaming of twinkling stars and swirling nebulae. Good night.
Wait, what kind of podcast is this?
I think Loretta had a hard time getting a good photo of a student. Hey, Loretta. How's your assignment going?
Terrible. This guy's giving me nothing.
It's like that sometimes. Have you done anything to put him at ease?
I don't want him at ease. I want him to tell me about the drama at Abraxas. He's a senior member. He must know what Reggie's hiding.
Oottakaa hetki.
This is class, Loretta, not your podcast.
Fine. I got his photo and not an ounce of dirt for my podcast. Is there anything else?
Kind of a weird question, but are you planning any sort of march on campus?
That is a weird question. What are you driving at?
It's just rumor I'm looking into. Humor me.
No. I'm not planning any march, parade, procession, or any other kind of organized walking.
Understood. You've been digging pretty deep into Abraxas for the podcast.
Se on kiva tommonen.
Are you trying to get a sneak peek of my next episode?
And
Olisin
I
halunnut
have
paremmat
some reasons
pitsiä
to be
mä
concerned
rukkasin.
about them myself.
But let me just say, I'm following a lead that could blow the top off Abraxas and its administration. But you'll have to listen to the next episode.
Damn. That's some teaser. Illuminating as always, Loretta.
That's me, shining a light in the dark for those who can't see.
Are you still taking my picture? I have to get to jazz practice.
Cool it, Thelonious. We'll be done soon.
Who else could use my help? I think he was one of Ven's minions, back when he was still in charge of Abraxas. This is where the brunt of the storm hit on campus. Apparently, the damage was way worse in town. I always thought Chloe would have been a great actor if she wanted to be. But after Rachel, she gave it up for good. Everyone's used to me and my kid. Amanda. All those affected by the storm may participate with care in this act of rebuilding and resilience. I think I count. One student down. I can probably help 2 more. Why does Caledon's new slogan read like a personal threat? President Teller is all in on his Caledon 2.0 plan. Personally, I'm a fan of the current original Caledon. Jeanette was trying to take a photo that conveyed a lot of emotion. Hey, Jeanette. How did your assignment go?
Well, I don't know. You tell me.
You create a sense of raw power that's really compelling.
No, you don't get it. I was trying to break composition to create a sense of tension and drama. Damn it!
Hey, Professor Miha. Thanks for posing for Jeanette.
It's Ratty now, Max. And it's my pleasure.
I keep wanting to take this guy's picture, but I can't get him to say cheese. I should keep that one to myself. First it was artist in residence. Now it's instructor. If I keep going like this, soon it'll be Professor Caulfield. Oh, God. I always try to point my camera at whatever scares me the most. In high school, it was myself. Then it was being alone. Now... Given my history, I guess there's nothing scarier than being an authority figure. But instead of hiding behind the camera, Now I have to step in front of it. And despite everything, I love it. I love the students. I love this place. And I will not let it burn down if I can stop it. I could run really fast too. I just don't want to.